Welcome back at 4:30, everyone. I'm Tamara Sakarzik. So once you've walked the stage, gotten your degree, it's time for a job. Sounds pretty easy, right? Well, not necessarily. Landing an entry-level job has been a challenge since the pandemic, and the competition has only grown more fierce. New grads are competing against each other and recently laid off white-collar workers in industries like tech and consulting. Today, we're joined by Senior Managing Editor for Jobs and Career Development at LinkedIn, Andrew Seaman. Andrew, thanks for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Andrew, if a new graduate hasn't secured a job yet, how should they go about starting the job hunt, assuming that many of them are, walking off the graduation stage this weekend or in the coming weekends?
Definitely. So there are a few things that they could do. We just released our guide to kickstarting your career, and what we found is that there are a few key areas. So the first one is government administration, then we have behavioral health technician, we have medical assistant, we have finance, and obviously people may not think of those as their dream careers, but there are always complementary areas in other professions. So maybe a liaison in one industry for government, or someone who works in healthcare or healthcare insurance. So there are those focus areas, and then also brushing up on AI is huge right now. Recent data from Microsoft and LinkedIn found that 71% of leaders said that they would rather take someone with less experience in AI skills than people who have more experience.
Wow, that shows you the importance of AI nowadays and kind of the, future that we have here, the general direction, I guess I should say, that we're going in. So it seems that we're oftentimes talking about worker shortages regardless of the industry, but we're also hearing from graduates who at the same time can't find a job. What's going on with the market here? Is it kind of that push for this new knowledge for things like AI, or is it something else?
There's a lot of different things going on in the labor market right now. It is definitely more competitive. So right now, the LinkedIn hiring rate is about down 10% year over year. And at the same time, we're seeing increased competition for applications. So applications are up about 14%. Of all of the jobs we're seeing posted, about 32% are for entry-level positions, which is about the same as last year.
So what can applicants do to really stand out, especially when it's just you're sending in a resume or you're at your first interview? How do you set yourself apart?
Definitely. So one of the things is focusing on your skills. So beyond just sort of AI, think of all the different things that you can bring to the table, break those down. And we're really seeing a drive for what we call soft skills, which are sort of those human touches. So communication, customer service, adaptability. Those are the things that computers and AI can't really bring to the table. And employers are really looking to hire people based on the skills they have, not necessarily the title that they want. So a lot of times people go into college wanting to be a teacher, wanting to be an accountant. And honestly, what employers are looking for right now are the skills you could actually bring to them, not necessarily the title that you want. So skills can really unlock a number of pathways for you.
So it sounds like it's important to also be open to different careers as well. Now, that being said, do you have to cast a wider net in general right now? Should you be willing to move to work remote or work in person? Like, should you not be so specific about what you want to do?
Definitely be open to different possibilities in terms of what your profession is, what your industry you want to work in. I would say that if you're really looking to necessarily cut down on competition, one of the areas that you'd want to focus on is maybe in-person work, because we're still seeing dwindling numbers of remote jobs and hybrid jobs. So really, there's going to be less competition for people who are wanting to go into the office. So you could do that. And then obviously make sure that you're getting your application in relatively early. We see people have a much better, much more likely to get called back or hear from an employer if they apply very soon after they're posted.
All right. Well, it's definitely an ever-changing market. So, Andrew, thanks for joining us and breaking it all down for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And we, of course, covered a lot of ground here, so you can find this interview on our website later. That's turnto10.com.